Rooted in rising family. Let's take a deep breath. Oh, baby, yawn. You made the dog snore. You don't always hear him clearly, but just in case you do. Let's ring the sound bowl. All right, disclaimers. This is a collective reading, obviously, so everything is not for everybody. So you'll take what resonates, you'll leave what does not. Some things, will not resonate now. It doesn't mean it won't resonate with you later on, like a timeless reading. So kind of, it'll meet you where you're at. All right, sometimes things are just unfolding for you. I'm sorry, I just ate lunch. So it's not relevant now. Doesn't mean it won't be relevant later. All right, but still, always take things as it resonates. All right, some of it won't resonate with you, some will. Sometimes a lot of it will, and then sometimes none of it is really relevant to you, but you're just listening, entertainment, or just wisdom, words of advice, and things like that. All right, it may not resonate as in this is unfolding in my life, but resonate as in, oh wow, these are words to hear that, resonate as in wisdom, that kind of thing. Okay. All right. Tarot and Oracle will not assign gender. We will speak of energies, masculine and feminine energy. So we'll take the attributes of a card. All right. And that's what we're speaking of. All right. Of course, I'm multitasking, sometimes these. All right. So attributes of a card. All right. So that won't assign gender. I will speak that way, though. I will assign gender when I speak, naturally male, female, because that is my preference, but it's not me telling you that that's yours. So you assign that to however you assign it. All right. If we're speaking of pairings today, you put your pairings however you fit in that. All right. If I'm saying male, female, then obviously you will pair your pair however it's paired for you. All right. I can't tell you that, and I'm not going to tell you that. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's do it. Let's use some oracle decks. See what we see what spirit has to communicate to. Oh, I love it right away. It's like we can't get rid of connections. Okay. I guess I'll take it. Very drawn to it. Oh, love it too. Kindred spirits, sacred bonds are forming as the universe aligns with kindred spirits who share your values and resonate with your energy. When two or more souls align with a shared purpose, manifestation accelerates effortlessly. There's a Bible verse about two or more being gathered. So there's power in unions. All right, not just romantic unions. Everything doesn't have to be about romance. We like to romanticize things a lot. In readings, I know we like to be like, oh my God, it's about a romantic. It's not. All right. This mentions sacred bonds are forming as the universe aligns with your kindred spirits. All right. That's a community of all kinds. All right. That's collaborations of all sorts. That's friends, right? That's family, whether it is actual family that you were birthed into and you have a line or a lineage, or a soul family where, you might have cut loose what is called your family here, and you have bonded with other people who have kind of stepped in, and they are family. All right. Collaborations of all kinds, of course, career-wise. If you're building something of your own, collaborations in that area, that's networking. All right. That is making and building relationships of all kinds. This card is speaking to those types of connections coming to you and aligning and forming, right? People who share your values and resonate with your energy. So if you have an entrepreneur type energy, then you're going to start aligning with people, and people are going to start aligning all around you that have the same energy and coming towards you, is what it's saying. All right. All right. If you have an energy that's very creative, as in, as in this creative, as in, as in making things, arts, crafts, and what we typically think is creative. It's saying those kinds of spirits people are going to start aligning with you. Most of all, people who really, really resonate with you. All right. If you are, apparently my child is something that he's got to get out of his throat. Oh, Lord. I mean, it is what it is. All right. It's nature. It's nature. All right. It's natural. We got to cough and do all those things, that our body functions need to do what it needs to do, to alleviate some things, release some things, get rid of some things. All right. But anyway, but if you are a person who is aligned, obviously, with truth, with justice, all right, you are a real, genuine spirit, all right, a real genuine heart. No matter if this is, once again, collaborations when it has to do with entrepreneurship, or in the in arts, crafts, what you're into, or if you've turned your arts and crafts into entrepreneurship, all right, you are maybe connected, so maybe you have the creative, as in you make and do, but you have a pairing or a kindred spirit, as in your heart and your goals match, all right, that knows how to put a business aspect to what you've created, all right, and then you've both created something in that partnership together, whether it's romantic or not. Okay, kindred spirits as a whole, people who want to move in the same direction you're moving. It's not stagnant energy. People who have the same forward moving mindset as you, people who have actual genuine hearts. They're not out to trick, lie, manipulate. They're not in it to get everything they can get out of you and discard you. They're in it to work with you, build and grow, no matter, again, if these are friendships, businesses, romantic partnerships, just partnerships where you fellowship. It is not, I am going to use you energy. I'm going to build, and we're going to move in the same direction, all right? Even if our goals are two different goals, we have one ultimate goal to move together, all right? Because one, maybe this is just an example, all right? One who is creating and actually making things, all right, has the goal, obviously, of whatever their goal is and what they're creating and making. And then you have the one who, okay, well, my area over here is business. So we're coming together on one goal, yes, to make some money, yes. But we may have two separate goals, all right? Because it doesn't mean that we've come together in a romantic union or even a friendship union, but a business union, all right? Kindred spirits of all kinds, people who have the same mindset, same goals, forward movement, not lacking, not users, not manipulators, not abusers, not codependent energies who have nothing going on for themselves, all right, but whatever they can get out of you because they've got nothing on. They got nothing going on, all right? They don't have their own sense or drive to move forward. They only have the suck people dry kind of mindset, and that's how I get ahead. They don't have the I create, I move, I attract people who move with me, and we get ahead and we go. They have, okay, I can lie, trick, manipulate, suck someone dry, and when they have no more, discard them, all right? No more of that. Kindred spirits. I love it. Let's, you know what? Let's match it with this one over here. Oh, we can. Bless you, Gideon. Bless you, honey. All right, I'm gonna need you to come on away from my door with that, baby, because I don't know how much of sniffling and hawking and stuff everybody you want the world to hear you do, baby. So maybe close the bathroom door. That, that's a suggestion as well. All right, let's see. This the card don't even belong here. Hold on. Is this an instruction? Oh no, it flipped on itself. I love that. Envision. It's a key. Do you know exactly what you want? And are you acting consistently toward achieving it? Maintain a clear vision of what you are calling forth, and you will be unstoppable. All right. Envision what you want. Move towards it. Keep it clear. Said it before. Write the vision. Make it plain. That's your business plan. All right. And not necessarily, that's exactly what I mean, but you have to have some kind of plan to move forward. Envision what you want. It can't just be in the mind and stay in the mind. All right. But keep it active and alive in you. Envision it. Act as if you are already there. Move towards it like it is a real goal. All right. It may not look like it is there yet, but move towards it like it is there. All right. Put and set forth things and set it up like it is already there. Set it up in the direction you want it to go, not in the direction that it is now. All right. You want it to move forward. Well, it has to look like it's moving forward. Set it up in the way that you want it to go, no matter what it is. Even if it is a connection, all right? Even those have to start in the way that you want it to go, all right? You don't want to set it up with nonsense. You want to set it up with truths, all right? It may be a difficult truth, but it still needs to be founded on truth, okay? And that's just communication, all right? Just communicate truth. You both have a clear understanding of what you want, where you're going, or what things are, okay? And you move forward, all right? It doesn't mean everything is ironed out and just, from the get-go, put out there all together. Everything is wonderful and peachy, cream. It just means whatever's going on, address it. And then you both, are going to be on the same kindred spirits, because you won't have one here and one there. You'll be on the same page. All right, so you can move towards it together. It doesn't matter, all kinds. Envision it. Set things up the way you want it to go and the way you want it to be, not how it looks like right now. And if you do want something, maintain a clear vision of what you're calling forth, and you'll be unstoppable. Don't have a negative mindset, all right? If you need to move towards something or someone, you can't have the mindset that it won't work out. You can't have the mindset of defeat and negativity, but have the mindset of what you want and what you are calling forth, all right? Even if who you're calling forth doesn't work out, you still keep a mindset of what you want in what you're calling forth. If you're calling forth Emperor energy, all right, then that's what you're calling forth, all right? And you're going to keep that mindset. Well, that is the energy that I'm calling forth. I'm not calling forth pages, all right? I want immature energy, all right? I can't take immaturity. I need stability, leadership, authority, movement, drive, decision-making, someone who knows how to set things up, right? I'm not stepping into nothing crazy, okay? All right, so if I want to call forth Emperor energy, I'll keep the mindset that that's what I'm calling forth. If you're calling in Empress energy, okay, then that is what you're going to keep the mindset. You're not going to say, well, I don't think I'm good enough. Well, I don't think I'm attractive enough. Well, I don't think I'm enough. Well, I don't think this. What if they don't like me? What if this and this? Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, my Lord. Okay. X, Y, and Z. The sky is blue, so it won't work out. I don't know. But if you're calling in a real nurturing energy, all right, that can bring abundance and growth to things, that is kind, that is a good listener, that has a wonderful heart, all right, that genuinely wants to work with you, that is a partner type energy, all right, a divine connection, because Empress is divine feminine, Emperor is divine masculine, all right? If you're calling in that energy, well, you're going to keep the mindset that that's the energy that I'm calling in, period. That I myself am not calling in pages, immaturity, insecurity, that I don't want none of that, all right? I don't want any possessive, immature, codependent energy. That's page energy, very immature. Baby energy, all right? I want to call in what I really want and where I am at. So you have to keep that mindset, okay? And all right, because if you don't, then all you're going to do is keep calling in pages, because that's where your mind keeps going. You're going to keep calling in the things you don't want. You're going to keep calling in little opportunities if you're talking about things that are not actual connections, or in unhealthy connections of all kinds. It doesn't necessarily have to just be a romantic partnership, okay? you're trying to network and you want people to pour into you, maybe invest in you, but you got a negative mindset and you're just calling in page and immature energy because your mindset is this is not going to work out. I put this work in for no reason. What is the point of me contacting all these people? What is the point of me reaching out? Why am I marketing? Why am I doing this? What is this for? Nothing's going to come of this. Well, then it won't. All right. And if it does, it's very little, because that's what you're putting out there. All right, that's what you put out there. That's what you got. Magician energy is calling in with your own innate skills. All right, you're manifesting it here, but with your own abilities and innate skills. All right, and what you put forth physically does start with how you think. All right, because that's what you're calling forth. So call forth with what you want. All right, kindred spirits of all kinds. All right. That is what is going to be attracted to you, keeping your envision it. All right, somebody who resonates with your values, with who you really are, with where you're headed, with where you're going. But you better keep that mindset strictly on where you want to go and the type of connections of all kinds that you want. All right, of all kinds that you want. This is sticking to this. I don't know why that's even out there. Trying to see. Let's see what we get from this one over here. This one's kind of hard to shuffle. I know how I'm going to shuffle this one. The bottom of that one was the Lover. It's okay. Yeah, this one's kind of hard to shuffle. The shape of them, and because they're new. What is this? The Queen. Somebody need queen energy, I guess. The Queen. And you know, I can also, that's the person. Let's clarify the Queen with Tarot. I was going to use a different one because it's in my face. I was going to use my pretty pink one, but we'll use this one today because it's in my face. It is out, and since I'm multitasking, what just slid out? Oh, well, that's crazy. Wow. Anyway, so Queen energy, we know in Tarot there are different types of queen, right? Queens. All right. But it is sovereignty. You know, it does speak of a self-worth. And we know that, again, that self-worth is genderless. Self-worth. All right. Queen definitely has confidence and standards. It's not a chasing energy generally. It's a queen. All right. They're sovereign. Queens can be, it has to do a lot with the intuition, emotionally secure, nurturing. It depends on, in Tarot, I guess, what kind of queen, but the bottom here says something. And I just wonder, I want to clarify it with Tarot, what we have here. But a queen or royalty definitely knows their worth. All right, and part of envisioning what you want is knowing your worth. You can't call forth what you want, all right, and you don't know your worth. Again, you're going to get pages. You're going to get immature, codependent baby energy. All right, because that's what you're calling in. That's what you're expecting. All right, this, you know, queen is a leader, so leadership, confidence in your own abilities. The queen is confident. If we're talking about like not a romantic connection. Recognizing basic self-worth, recognizing your value. All right. Oh, but what fell out is the Five of Wands. And that's very competition energy. All right. I was about to shuffle. We had the... Excuse me. And Seven of Swords, I put this on the table, was in reverse. Queen of Pentacles was on... Yeah, I was going to shuffle, but we're not. I cast Queen of Pentacles. Let me move this around. Was on the bottom of that side. So we have the Five of Wands that fell out. Queen of Pentacles. Seven of Swords in reverse. All right, and that is what I was clarifying. Let me take it out. This queen about, because I'm like, what? Which queen is this? But apparently Tarot had a whole message there that I wasn't ready for. Ooh, Three of Swords. All right. Look at me like, all right, here we go. Oh, okay. Anyway, I mean, it's not bad, but it's like, okay. Where'd it go? Five of Wands. Did I mention it? Yeah, I did. I did mention it. It can be very like competitive energy. All right. It's definitely, you see that they're all fighting. So the card is what it is. Wand energy, fire movement, passionate energy, and they're all fighting. That's the fire movement, right? So it is conflict and competition energy, clashing personalities, disagreements. Definitely the opposite of a kindred spirit, for sure. All right. I get it. All right. And this energy may be hurting what you envision. All right. This energy may be hurting this card here, envision. You kind of calling forth what you want. All right, calling forth because it messes with your self-worth. Queen came out from this deck, just Queen. That is a card of self-worth because it's a Queen. Clarifying the Queen was all of this. Competition, energy, fighting. All right. Not getting along. Rivalries, arguments, jealousy, interference. So this energy is interfering with this energy. All right. And then the Queen of Pentacles is typically, Pentacle energy is grounded, stable, right? Nurturing. Definitely knows her value and her worth. Protects what she builds. All about building the home. All right. Usually very, what you will, I guess, viewed as wife material, and often sometimes can signify that. Abundance, competence, manages responsibilities very well. You think the king, this is the counterpart to the King of Pentacles. Put it that much. Very stable energy. Typically, it depends on the surrounding cards. Typically, starting off with the Five of Wands, we don't know. All right. And then we have where do I have it? Seven of Swords in reverse. This is secrets being exposed, confessions, getting caught with the truth about, getting caught red-handed, right? Truth surfacing. Guilt or like accountability. You can't avoid accountability anymore. It's out in the open. All right. So deceptive behavior kind of being revealed. Hidden motives being out in the open. All right. There seems to be, especially since this came out, Queen. There's conflict that seems to expose something with this Queen of Pentacles. So something may have been going on behind the Queen of Pentacles back. Or Queen of Pentacles might be exposed. All right. All right. There could be, oh yeah, because I forgot about that. I was gonna go on. I am gonna do another clarifier. But the Three of Swords came out afterwards. It's about to say the Three of Hearts because the heart here. But we don't want the Three of Hearts because if you're using, you can use actual playing cards as tarot, and if you're using, and then some tarot, like the versions that are nice and have their own wordings, will use hearts as that. But hearts, if you're using regular playing cards to do tarot, because you can, hearts would be cups. All right, but anyway, Three of Swords, and that typically is like heartache. All right, heartache, heartbreak, grief or disappointment. All right, just the Three of Swords alone, all right, would signify that. But we're attached to the rest of this. Excuse me. Attached to the rest of this is connected here. That there's some sort of competition energy, all right, or arguments or battles regarding this Queen of Pentacles. Something was made to be out in the open. All right, whatever it was, it caused heartbreak, grief, sorrow, disappointment. Can be separation, breakups. It can be betrayals as well. This is also kind of betrayal card in the upright. In the reverse, you know, this is kind of stealth mode, behind the scenes, sneaky. And then in reverse, like we have it, is exposed. The behavior, whatever it is, whatever was exposed caused that. All right, it could be a painful realization, grieving what made it happen with a connection, separation, emotional pain, workplace conflict. It could mean that if we're talking about non-romantic connections or personal connections, a setback professionally, something like that, okay? But clarifying Queen with, and it's funny that, okay, I'm gonna tell you what type of Queen. Queen of Pentacles, there's some kind of conflict energy here. Queen of Pentacles energy, and something was revealed that caused some kind of setback. All right, which might be affecting what you envision. And it might have something to do with the kindred spirit. All right, so this kindred spirit energy does not have to, this does not have to be romantic. Kindred spirit energy, vision, you know, envisioning where you want to go, making that happen with a queen. All right, whatever it is, there's competition energy behind it. All right, with the Queen of Pentacles, something was exposed that caused heartache. All right. Love how it starts off so beautifully. Then it's like drama, rainbows, sprinkles, popcorn and butter, drama. Gets you all in, and then it's like, okay, got you comfortable. All right, let's clarify what's being exposed, or what this conflict energy regarding the Queen of Pentacles is about. And let's see if this is if this conflict or competition is regarding the Queen of Pentacles, as in regarding this energy's actions, or this is in a sense regarding this Queen of Pentacles energy. All right, about kindred spirits envisioning Queen of Pentacles or Queen, but there's competition energy. Something has been exposed, all right, that has caused heartache, pain, a breakup, or separation, some kind of conflict or hurt or emotional wound. All right, let's see if it's regarding her own actions or yeah, or not. We'll use this deck, but once again, we cannot take everything as that's what I think it is. Yep. But we're not going to take everything as romance. If it doesn't apply to you in that way, we won't. If it does, then it does. However it resonates with you, but it doesn't always mean that. Just saying. See if I got enough deck on my desk to shuffle this. And I'm about to drop this whole deck, but I'm not going to. I don't even know this song, but it has been in my head for days. I don't know who even sings that. Is that a Brianna? It's old too. I don't even know. Pills and potions, we're overdosing. Still angry, but I still love you. Something like that. What in the hell? One of those ones where like, I don't even know this song. It's there. That song, that card stood out. What is this about? Hey. Okay. I'm gonna do one more card. That one slid out and when you're shuffling. I'll show it to you if you don't already see it. Because again, yeah. Yeah, one more. Yep. All right, so this deck. So again, the Queen of Pentacles first came out. The Queen. All right, that's more aligned. And I'll actually let me clarify that real quick. Yep, the bottom. I already did it. It did it. I'll do one more to clarify it. Yep. Y'all got going on, rooted and rising. One more clarifying just this Queen right here. Yep, that's a problem. Okay, listen. Everything is not literal tarot oracle. Please don't make everything about romance. All right. Again, a lot of you all are working on different things, so it really could be both and about the other, career and things like that for you. All right. Again, we had Kindred Spirits that came out first. All connections, you're gonna draw in things that are really aligned with you. Envisioning where you want to go. If you want to go somewhere, you got to envision it. All right, keeping your mind clear on where you're headed, not what's behind you. All right, then Queen came out. I clarified Queen and new adventures. All right, you're off to a new start somewhere. New adventures, all right? Again, in career, and just all divine feminine, divine masculine. It's hard to pinpoint areas with you when you are a different type of person, all right? People make, you'll hear that in the spiritual community and even other communities about being chosen and set apart, 144. Divine beings, star seeds. When you are and a lot of those things do have different names, and different callings and different types of energy, yes, that are very different from the vast majority of people. But even in those groups mentioned, those are different different levels and different types of chosen, right? But it's hard when you are divine, a divine being of some sort. And however you want to put that, I know whatever Christians like to say, chosen, set apart. All right, that works for you, that works for you. But when you are that, it is hard to pinpoint it being one thing, with you, that it's just in romance, that it's just in career, that it's just in friends and other connections in your social circles, that it's just in network, because usually it's not. It is across the board. You go through such very different lessons and hard ones because of the type of being you are, because of the assignment you have. All right, because of what you're here to do and what you will ultimately accomplish, okay, and what you're ultimately fighting against, right? So, new adventures of all kinds, all right? That's what this queen is about. And this does not mean this has to be a person or a woman or a man, all right? All across the board, this is clarified by new adventures. You're headed to a new adventure, a future vision of some sort. All right. That's what these kindred spirits is about. This didn't just put one. It's plural. So this is connections all around your life that are going to start aligning. All right. And you're going to continue to envision where you are not at. This says going. All right. Clarifying this Queen of Pentacles energy, because I wanted to know, all right, is this talking about what's being done to this Queen of Pentacles or regarding this kind of Queen of Pentacles energy? It was clarified by nothing nice. All right. Again, we have this is competition energy, 5 of Wands, a lot of fighting, a lot of internal battles, external battles, a lot of just conflict, not getting along in personalities. Once again, jealous reactions and competition. All right. Then came out the Queen of Pentacles to go a side of it. It's telling you where it's coming from. All right. Generally a very stable energy. All right. Generally grounded. Generally nurturing and caring and kind and about building for the long run and building a home. All right. This suggests otherwise, this fighting and competition and combative energy and jealous energy, because it doesn't always mean that this person, just because that's what they represent or who they represent, that's what they're acting in. As in, if I do my own cards and it lays out my dynamic of family, Emperor will come out. It doesn't mean that the Emperor is acting like an Emperor. Okay, so this could be the representation of if someone is still connected to a Queen of Pentacles energy, a wife, all right, living girlfriend, a long-term connection, because not everybody, puts a ring on it. Long-term girlfriend, or a long-term connection of some sort. It doesn't always have to be marriage, doesn't always have to be about romance, doesn't always have to be a relationship. All right, just an energy that's there and has a title of some sort. Obviously not acting in this energy at all. All right. And because this is in reverse, something about this energy is exposed. Again, this on its own and in the upright is sneaky behavior. All right. Lies, manipulations, half-truths, playing with your mind and stuff like that. Being very sneaky. This in reverse says whatever was sneaky is exposed. Whatever was going on with this Queen of Pentacles is out in the open. And because you have a future vision, likely that doesn't involve this energy right here. It's new adventure. It has caused heartache, pain, upset, grief, sorrow, disappointment. They feel betrayed, because this can mean betrayal. They feel betrayed, even though this card says they betrayed you, whoever you are rooted in rising, and they've given you a lot of this conflict, disagreements, arguments. All right. What clarified it? I never got to it. I'm sorry. Third party energy. All right. It looks like you might have moved beyond whatever this title was at one point. Either you're thinking about it, you've done it, or in the process, because they're coming up as third party energy. Notice this energy over here is not coming up as third party. This energy over here is coming up as third party. All right. They're afraid to leave. That's codependent energy. Again, they don't want to leave. Afraid to leave, as in they have no intention of letting you go. And last but not least, catalyst flame. Last reading, you got this. So a false connection. That's giving, the competition is the third party energy. If you've let this go and you've made it known to this Queen of Pentacles that, hey, what we had and the title that you had in this Queen of Pentacle energy is no more. All right. And my intention is what it is. And I bet you got a lot of this. All right. That put them in third party energy. Third party energy is competition energy. All right. They're afraid to leave because they likely need you. There's something that was exposed here. All right. And they're a catalyst flame. They catapulted you into new adventures, a future vision. Queen energy, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a female. It just means knowing your self-worth. All right. Knowing who you are. Being secure in who you are. Not being able to be manipulated like this. See how this is exposed? It means whatever, this is manipulation energy. You are no longer able to be that way. It's in reverse. It's exposed. All right. So you're like, nope, know my worth. Now I see through who you really are. I see your games. Not dealing with that. This does not have to mean, once again, that this was either long-term girlfriend connection, a romantic connection. This could be, you saw this was done by family, friends, jobs, and people around you, because people do the most at work, especially office positions. Wow. All right. So it could be betrayal in any area of your life. Whatever it is, you're not falling for the okie doke no more because you know who you are. Now you're only going to connect with kindred spirits. It doesn't just say one, so all kinds. You're going to envision what you want and call it in. You're only going to connect with people who are also on your level. No pages, no knights, unless, of course, this is the beginning of a start of opportunities for you and you're a novice in that area, or if it's something that a small start leading to something big. But what I'm talking about personality-wise, you don't want pages or knights. You're only attracting kings, queens, empresses, emperors. All right? In your new adventure, in your future vision, again, this catalyst flame catapulted you there. Because now, where you could not see through this clearly, stealth mode, but you know, I'm smiling in your face, all the while I want to take your place, backstabbers. All right. Give you a little cookie, little one, do a little dance for you, don't look good. All the while I'm tricking you, cause you think I'm sweet, you think I love you, boo. No, I don't. I want new shoes and a purse. And my nails done, pedicure, need my weave done. Gonna put on my lingerie. Put my garter on for you. Get my stilettos. Mama needs some new perfume. Trying to secure the bag in you. Oh, so hiking my skirt up for you. You think I love you, but I don't. Taking all your money and I'm dancing while I'm doing it. Oops, you caught me. The nerve of you to leave me. It's kind of like that. Anyway. But I'm holding on to you because I need you. All right. Rooted and Rising, you're going on a new adventure. You have a future vision. All right. But you must keep that future vision in mind. What you really want, call it, bring it in. You are going to call in what you don't want if you don't envision again, what you really want. If you don't set that forth in all things, if you are calling forth or things insecure in insecurity, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get more afraid to leave, more codependent, immature energy that's going to hold on to you. All right. Or you're going to have to give you more of this fighting. And you're going to have to find out the hard way, the truth that they've been manipulating you, likely taking from you. Okay. You're in kindred spirit energy. That's what you're calling forth. That's what you're only going to envision, kindred spirits, and that's what you're going to get. And then you're going to get new adventures, and you have a future vision that you're going to go towards. And you are stepping in queen energy, as in you're knowing your self-worth, and you're not looking back. All right. That's where you're headed. That's where you're going. That's what spirit wants to reiterate with you. Apparently you need to hear it, and you need to hear it, and you need to hear it. All right. This was just a catalyst flame. You are not a failure. All right. Again, they gave you nothing but fighting and competition and jealous energy while they were backstabbing you. It's in reverse. This is backstabbed. It got turned because you realized the truth. Looks like you must have left it behind if there's heartache there. All right. About this Queen of Pentacles. All right. Again, this could be a stable position you had at work that didn't work out. A lot of workplace conflict. Your crazy supervisors, just a very unhealthy, toxic work dynamic. This is, it could be long-term partner of some sort, whatever that would look like for you. All right, because that's generally a stable energy, but it's really just telling you that this is the kind of the position that they held. Like I may have an emperor that is a father figure, or even a King of Pentacles, depending about the surrounding cards. They're telling you the real essence of that King of Pentacles. Okay, doesn't mean that they're doing what they should be doing, and it doesn't mean they're really around. Okay, it just means that is the position they hold, or held, or is supposed to hold. But whatever. All right. Just an example, because sometimes you can get more than one, and it's telling you the role of one and the role of the other. Okay, what things really are, but we don't want to get into that. All right, either way it goes, like I said, just doing a recap. Kindred spirits, that's where you're headed, of all kinds. You're not looking backwards. All right, Spirit says keep envisioning only kindred spirits, people who are aligned with your beliefs, as in your actual heart. All right, people who have a future vision just like you do. All right, people who want to move forward and not trying to hold you back by sucking you dry. All right, people who aren't lying and manipulating. You can now, since this is in reverse, it means now you recognize these energies a mile away. So there's no more tricking you. You can see clearly through falsehoods dressed up as the truth. All right. You can see wicked hearts that are saying, let me pray for you. Huh? Won't he do it, girl? Won't he will? Hallelujah. You can see through all the fakeness. All right. Dressed up, looking real good on a Sunday morning for church. All right, but isn't really what they are saying they are. I'm not just talking about church, just giving examples, okay? You can see people dressed up, looking nice, looking the part, playing the role well, and not really being who they are. It's in reverse. There's no more tricking you. That's the catalyst flame. That's their role. So sweet and kind words that don't match a sweet and kind heart, you're able now to discern. All right. You're going to keep envisioning kindred spirits and what you really want. And that's what you're going to draw in. Queen energy. You're stepping into that energy. Royalty, self-worth, knowing who you are. Not accepting pages or knights. Only kings, queens, emperors, empresses. Not saying you're too good. You have moved and ascended above that energy. They are where they are because they are working their way up. You have accomplished it. And so you need to surround yourself with it. Are you teaching knights and pages? Yes. Everybody has their own timeline and their own stages that they're at. It doesn't make you better. It makes you have a different role. All right? My choice is male. All right? I hold traditional roles. That's me. I don't think that makes somebody better. I don't think that makes them in control. I think that makes them different. They have a different role. And I'm only going to do my role. All right? We're going to work together and we're going to iron it out. But I am not going to expect a very emperor man to pour their to come over here and just tell me all of your feelings. No. All right. They will in their own way. All right. I'm going to expect them to be who they are. And it's going to be okay with me. All right. And hopefully you're not going to be expecting me to roll around in no mud and get dirty, because I'm not going to do that. All right. Compromise. I'm just saying. I'll help where I can help. They will help where they can help. In our roles, I understand differences and the need for there to be differences. Doesn't make them better or superior. They have a different role. I understand the need for the emperor to lead. And I understand where I fit in that. All right? And how we go side by side. All right. Anyway, new adventures, future vision. That's what's in store for you. And actually that's all that's pointed out for you. So that's where you're headed. That's where you're going. The reason why this catalyst flame that's afraid to leave, basically they're codependent. They're holding on to you. Or they want to try to. All right. The reason why they're in heartache is because you have a future vision and you're off to new adventures. And they know it. There's no stopping you. You're not going to sit in competition, jealous, controlling energy. You're a forward-moving being. You know your worth now, and you're not settling for less. You envision a future. All right? And this future vision even has partnership in it. This is not just about today. You both look ahead and see each other there, and you're walking toward it hand in hand. So this is about even a future vision with kindred spirits. You're not going alone. Even these new adventures, there are 2 backpacks, whether it's road trips or soul class, you're in it together. You've gotten this part before. So kindred spirits, you're not going there alone. Connections of all kinds. Again, this is plural. And you're only envisioning where you're headed and what you really want in this energy of knowing who you are and self-worth. And you have left this behind. Or you're in the process of it. Otherwise, see how forlorn this third party looks. They're not a part of it. They're in heartache and pain, disappointments, jealous, competitive energy, whether you're there or not. Because what they were doing has been exposed. And this energy has been exposed. They're afraid to leave you. So they're holding on for dear life. If they can, if they have a reason to. All right. They don't want to let you go. Because they know they were the catalyst flame. And now you know they were the catalyst flame. Because one more time, now you can see clearly deceptive energy. Okay. Every time I try to reach for a different deck, my finger knocks something over. You're headed to a safe space. You found someone who listens without judgment, holds space for your truth, and makes your heart exhale. Doesn't have to just be a connection, but work environment, career, move wherever you're moving into safe spaces. Safe for you to be you. That's also aligned with kindred spirit. All right, kindred spirits is a safe space all the way across the board for wherever your future vision or new adventure is taking you, because you know Rooted and Rising, because you are you're a spirit that envisions, all right, that has things that they want to accomplish and do. You're not a sit still spirit, okay, but you're headed into a safe space. All right, where it doesn't, just because that's what the card is looking like doesn't mean it's in a person's arms. It's with somebody else all around the board. Kindred spirits. All right, let's close with what would give us some nice words? Oh, we haven't done this one in a while. I haven't. And let's close with that, and then let's close. Oh, I want to drop it. Forest friends. It's just positive inspirations from the animal kingdom. Just see what we get. I'm looking at the time. Just making sure I haven't gone. Okay, I'm beyond my lunch hour. Inquisitive duckling, curiosity. So you all keep getting cards about curiosity. Curiosity gives you that sense of adventure, all right? And you're all headed to new adventures. So curiosity, to stay curious is to keep finding new possibilities. What are you curious about? All right? If you're curious about a new possibility of all kinds, stay curious because it keeps you moving. It keeps you working. It keeps you inquisitive. It keeps you innovating. All right. And since you all tend to, in past readings, you get a lot of cards that have to do with Pentacle energy, a lot of entrepreneur type cards. You have to stay curious. All right. New possibilities means you are letting go of old. All right. Stay curious. One more time. Inquisitive duckling, curiosity. That's the card. To stay curious is to keep finding new possibilities. What are you curious about? Spirit is wanting to emphasize with you guys that the possibilities are limitless. You're not stuck. That's beautiful. All right, we'll end there. We'll end there. I didn't recap enough. This is very beautiful. All right. There is still past lingering, but they're emphasizing you have really healthy connections of all kinds coming. All right. They want you to stay curious and keep that mindset, though, most of all, the mindset of what you want to draw in. Don't start thinking that you're not worthy. Walk in that queen energy. Just because the card queen came out doesn't mean it's only a woman. All right. Royalty is royalty. They know who they are. They're confident. And they're going to attract other royalty to them. All right. They have royalty still has responsibility. They must take care of the pages and the knights. You don't want that energy. You've moved beyond that. And you want to attract kings, queens, emperors, empresses of all kinds. Because you have a future vision, all right, that's pretty substantial. And you're going to need connections that also have that same type of vision, but also have that same kind of ability in king, queen, emperor, empress energy that can help you. Pages and knights, you're done with. All right? You have a responsibility towards them. All right, but you want to network with other kings, queens, emperors, and empresses. All right, okay? Stay curious. That means the possibilities are limitless. Attract what you want. Don't feel bad about this catalyst flame. You have had your eyes open because of it. And now, as you go attract the energies you want, a mile away, you can see deceptive energy. Deceptive energy may have very good, substantial pocketbooks, and it may sound like a very good deal and opportunity, but if they have wickedness in their heart, an ulterior motive, this card, they're acting in stealth mode, but they're doing it not in reverse. It hasn't been revealed. Because you have gone through it with this catalyst flame, when they come at you like this, no matter how they look dressed up and nice, no matter how, how much their net worth is, all right? And they're talking to you like this. All you hear is this exposure. And all you do is say, okay, thank you. All right, well, I'll think about that. Give me some time. Of course, you're going to keep it professional, right? But your heart and your mind and everything's going off and telling you, hell no, back away slowly. Okay, stay curious. Possibilities are endless for you, rooted and rising. All right, as always, stay rooted, stay rising, and aligned with all the divine gifts ahead.